Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. My name is Yogi and my wife Seema and I, we both achieved financial independence and took this big bold step of retiring early. While on our journey to this financial independence, financial freedom, as well as our early retirement, we were on this roller coaster ride of emotions, assumptions, insecurities, joys, etc. Over the last almost 2 years, we've had this pleasure of interacting with hundreds of people through this channel as well as through our wider network. And we realize that everybody seems to be on the same roller coaster. So in this video, I'm going to address three common factors that most likely you're also either going through or will go through in future. So hopefully by the end of the video, you will also realize that you're part of this entire journey like so many, and it'll also give you some more confidence and some measures on how you can avoid the pitfalls during this journey. And I'm sharing all these from this beautiful city of Chiang Mai in north of Thailand. If you've not visited the city and if you have plans to come over to Thailand, make sure that you visit this city. It's beautiful, lots of beautiful temples, a lot of greenery, parks, hiking tracks, great cafes, meditation courses, etc., etc. Anyways, let's get started with this list. So the first point is about money management. And that is that money management requires similar effort. It doesn't matter the corpus that you're chasing or your net worth currently or your desired net worth. We've talked to so many people and we've had this big range of different portfolios where people are either in the range of 50 lakhs to around almost 50 crores plus, and some international folks who've either got $100,000 to around $10 million plus. And for all these folks, I realized that the effort is the same or more or less similar. Now, the rhythms could be different. So, for example, Seema and I, we have a rhythm that we have a weekly, monthly, quarterly, as well as an annual checkpoint, as well as recalibrating of our portfolio. I think Seema has made a detailed video about this. How do you manage your wealth and what are the actions to do that? More or less, I think everybody is within that range of time because the discipline that is needed is the same. The strategies are the same. You'll still need to have a bucket strategy. You will still need to have a diversified portfolio. You would still need to have an emergency fund and so on and so forth. So all those principles remain the same, even if the dollar value or the rupee value of your corpus is different and each one has a different number. Now, why this is important? Now, this is important from the fact that we have this assumption, because Seema and I, we both also had the similar assumption, is that as the net worth grows, we think that we should be spending more time onto managing our portfolio. And what we end up doing is we end up over-engineering or over-analyzing our portfolio. And at least for Seema and I, we realized that whenever we over-analyzed, we moved from passive investing to active investing. The results were more or less same than what would have been through passive investing through index funds, mutual funds, etc. And active investing was something like day trading, like Seema chose to do. And I think she also shared in a video, her last video, where she talked about the lessons learned from day trading of stocks. Or it could be about timing the market. So at least our experience and the experience from the people that we are talking through this channel as well as in the wider network is that, look, focus on the core competencies that you have, which is earning money and the job that we are doing, and let the money make money for you by just dollar cost averaging, by investing in mutual funds, index funds, etc. Rather than getting that overconfidence or getting that falling for that myth that if the portfolio grows large, that you will have to spend a lot more time. Interestingly, if you just draw in a very simple graph where your portfolio goes from 0 to whatever the number corpus you have, you will see that if you draw a line of the effort being static or straight, then initially the bang for the buck in terms of your time is negative, that you're spending a lot more time for a lot less money. But that bang for the buck starts changing as the portfolio keeps going up. Because you also get experience, you at least for us in our case, we started doing automating of certain things of how to manage our portfolio. We understood better that what is our discretionary expenses, what are our non-discretionary expenses, how do we track our lifestyle inflation or year-on-year inflation, etc. So you'll keep getting smarter and you'll keep doing things better and faster and more efficient. So the time can remain similar. So this is the first one. The second one is that everybody is taking this leap into the unknown, because this entire financial independence, retire early, is quite a relatively new philosophy, where a lot more people are doing this early retirement now versus what they were doing earlier. So we were also in the same boat, that we had this fear of the unknown. And the two biggest fears that we had, the first one being that will we run out of money? And the second one being that what if we get bored if we retire? And I'm sure that you are also going through a similar two big broad emotions or fears or insecurities, because most of the people whom we've talked around about this topic seem to be going through exactly these two fears of the unknown. We don't have a crystal ball, so we can't gaze into future and say that, look, will these fears come true? But so far, by grace of God, it's been very good that we've been able to manage on both these conditions. What you can do is, yes, you may have those fears, but you can minimize the risk of this. So for the first one, when it comes to running out of money, you could minimize that like we've tried to do by having a conservative withdrawal rate. So as I've spoken in many of the videos, that having a withdrawal rate anywhere between 3.5% and below is a much more logical number, preferably even lower than 3%. The second is managing lifestyle inflation, because lifestyle creep, lifestyle inflation is the biggest impact that has about running out of money. And the third is comparing with the others. Now, this doesn't guarantee you that you'll not run out of money, but at least it'll reduce the impact or minimize the risk of that happening. I've actually done a detailed video about this topic. Do watch it whenever you get time. The second one is, what if I get bored? Now again, you don't know what's going to happen in future, but so far in our 1.5 years, I don't think we've gotten bored so far. If I just reflect on the last 1 week here in Chiang Mai, we've had meditation workshop with monks. We've done pickleball classes. We've gone hiking. I've done these YouTube videos. We've done some coaching, and I've done some mentoring during this time. And we've explored cafes, restaurants, read books, played table tennis, badminton. So we didn't even know where this 1 week went away. So how you can minimize this risk like us is that instead of retiring from something, you should retire to something. So when we were getting closer to our retirement, we made these long lists, and I've even published this one of these lists in, I think, one of the videos, that what all we want to do during our go-go years as well as our slow-go years. So prepare yourself, and if you're doing all that, you'll be in a very good position. And linked to that is the second thing that I'm very passionate about, or negatively passionate about, is this big corporate lie that people indoctrinate in us, is that, look, once you retire, you lose your sense of purpose. Please do not fall for this bullshit. There is a lot of things that you can do in terms of sense of purpose that you can have in future. So don't worry about that. As long as you're retiring to a set of things and you're contributing back to the society in different ways, you're spending time with family and friends, you will not need to worry about that. And interestingly, it's not just both of us saying so. We've had lots of people through this channel who we met in Thailand and the other places who retired early. And I don't think any one of them has ever told us that, look, they regret leaving their job and they want to go back to their job. Yes, there would be times when you may get bored. And one or two people who actually did say that they are getting bored, their lesson was that they did not prepare well onto what all things they want to do once they retire. The third one is the fact that all of us move our goalpost. And this goalpost could be in two forms. It could be the goalpost of your net worth or the corpus or the big number that you're chasing, or it could be the goalpost of continue working even if you've achieved your net worth or corpus and fall for this one more year syndrome. Interestingly, we fell for both of them. So we changed our corpus goalpost, I think around 3 times over around 20 years. And we continued working for this one more year, for 2 more years than what we could have done because we were financially independent 2 years before I stopped working. Now, why, and by the way, this is exactly the same that when we are discussing with people, we see that people do move their goalposts and people do continue falling for this one more year. So don't feel bad that if you are moving your goalposts or you're falling for this one more year that you're alone. You're in part of the same roller coaster like we all are. Now, why did we move our goalposts? We moved our goalposts because the first goalpost we set was in our mid-20s. That was, I would say, very early days. By that time, we did not know what all expenses, our lifestyle inflation, our overall skill sets that we have to invest in, the education that we have to invest in for our nieces and nephews and fund and support the school that we also support, all that stuff, we did not know at that stage. The second thing was that we also did not positively expect that we would achieve the financial number faster, that our career will go up faster. So we achieved the goal, the milestone faster. But somewhere around our late 30s, our early 40s, when we realized that we more or less stabilized our expenses, we realized that this is the base expenses and we know that this is expenses increasing with a moderate lifestyle inflation as well as the regular cost of living inflation. Then we knew that this is now stable. We knew that we've provided the required funding for the education for the nieces and nephews, etc. So this is the time that whatever goalpost we are setting, we need to now be a lot more setting it in stone. So similar to that, based on our experience, I would also say that yes, whatever goalpost you are setting in your mid-20s or even in your late 20s, the chances are that I really hope and wish that you do achieve those numbers faster, that goalpost will probably move. But somewhere around your late 30s or early 40s, that's when you should be able to have a very good understanding of expenses or future expenses for kids, education, etc., that you should be able to manage to, have your goalpost rock solid by then. The second part was the one more year syndrome. Now, the reason I continued for another one more year was because I was satisfying myself that, look, if I leave right now, there will be a problem with the team. I'm in the middle of this reorganizing this part of the organization. So I felt that the organization will not work without me. And I think I overestimated my own value. I've left, the organization is going great. It's, everything is going fine. The second reason was because I was enjoying my job and I was liking it and I was enjoying it. And again, you are not leaving to retire because you're not satisfied with the job. Because I know lots of people who we have interacted, they are financially independent, but because they're enjoying their job, that they continue working. But there was a point that where I decided, yes, even if I'm enjoying my job, there is another life beyond this job, that if I do not take this bold step and go into this other life, I will never experience it. So I took this bold step after doing this one more year 2 times. And since then, I would say the rest is history, and there is no looking back. And not a 0% of regret of taking this bold step. The summary of this point would be that, look, do not worry if you're moved your goalpost or you're moving your goalpost. And do not worry if you're falling for this one more year trap. What you need to do is make sure that somewhere down the line that you do set your goalpost even after moving it a few times, that yes, this is what you've achieved where your target has to be. And similarly, even if you're enjoying your job, even if you think that the organization will probably fall like a pack of cards, they will not believe me. Yes, you may be the most talented person, but I've seen many CEOs and many senior leaders come and go. The companies keep going. So set those goals somewhere that yes, you are going to, after that, embrace this new life. So in summary, don't worry that you're alone. Don't feel that you're alone. Everybody is going through their own assumptions, insecurities, fears, etc., like we did. And hopefully, these three assumptions, insecurities, and myths hopefully also help you to prepare and minimize when you go through those emotions, to minimize the impact in future. So I hope you found this video useful, you find it insightful. If you do, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you've not done already so. And as always, please do provide your thoughts, suggestions, and comments about what you think are the other insecurities, assumptions, thoughts, etc. you may have towards the journey. And like always, we'll try our best to reply to them and interact with you. Till the next video, till the next topic, and till the next location, goodbye from me. Bye-bye.